lesson on location characteristics as part of 2.2, and when you see Clive or the other characters, click for help. This one is about access and parking. Here are the steps and the key learning points for this lesson. First of all, on the left in number 1, we've got to know what access means for retailers. And in number 2, we're looking at knowing why retailers have to consider access and parking, and then applying this information, being able to explain how a retailer's purpose links to its access and parking needs. The vocabulary for this lesson: access, so we're going to come on to that definition in a second. Accessibility, now that's slightly different because we're talking about additional needs customers in terms of ramps, in terms of facilities. The business purpose, what's the thing that the retailer does? Does it offer, is it where you go to buy clothes? Is it where you go because they offer coffee and a cake, things like that? And deliveries, because all retailers need to have their products delivered. You'll know when you've completed the lesson when you can state what access means for a retailer, when you can describe why a retailer has to consider access and parking when deciding its location, and you can explain how a retail location can influence a retailer's business performance. The retail careers at the bottom are leisure centre assistant, a letting agent, and market research executive. Well, here's the work list for the access and parking lesson. It's one task. It's the access and parking table. What does access mean for retailers? Access is very important for retail stores. All retailers need good access for their customers, and some need good access for their deliveries. Think of how many lorries need to deliver goods to the big supermarkets on a daily basis. Access is all about getting in and out of the stores as easily as possible. Customers must be able to get there by car or public transport, park their car, walk to the store, get into the store, or find it, and if they are new customers. The growth of out-of-town retail parks has depended on good accessibility, with large car parks are often free, bus stops nearby, and large entrances to allow for many customers to visit the park in peak hours and avoid overcrowding. Also, they tend to have excellent delivery facilities well away from the customer areas. Not always true with town centre locations. Parking. Parking is a major consideration when people go shopping, and the increase in the number of cars on the road has caused access problems into town centres and city centres. Many areas have car parks, but these often come at a cost with fairly high parking fees, especially in popular areas. At peak times such as Christmas, parking can be a major deterrent for potential shoppers, and many now just stay at home and shop online. Therefore, choosing a location that has plenty of parking and/or free parking car parks may help to increase footfall. Task 1. For each of the different retailers below, consider the importance of access and parking to the customer. So this one is, we've got 4 different retailers: a pharmacy, large supermarket, local newsagent, large electrical store selling goods such as TVs, washing machines and computers. So if it helps you to think of the name of the particular store, then feel free, but we are talking in general. So think of a pharmacy, and think of customers how many times they come and go, how many different customers turn up, whether they deal with emergencies. And so think about what they need for deliveries, think about what they need for staff to get there, think about what they need for customers parking there, because they don't tend to stay very long there either. So if you think access is super important, then tell you what, let's give marks out of 10, where 10 out of 10 is extremely important, and if you think it's parking is not important, then give that a 1 out of 10. So put your marks out of 10 in each of the 2 columns per retailer. Well done, you've completed the table, the one task, so access and parking is done. And now we're moving on to infrastructure, the next characteristic.